Hi, it's Angel here, Lead with Abundance Coaching. Yes, today I'm with coaching and not with Mastiff home buyers. Hopefully, we'll get some people on here today, but I'm going to be doing these live sessions more often. I will probably be doing some scheduled lives, but for now, I'm trying to uh, just make the time to get on and get some information out there for you all. So I know a lot of people have been watching and may jump on here and there for my live sessions. And I just wanted to share a little bit about what my plans are for Lead with Abundance coaching, at least right out the gate. Some of you may be aware that I do have a community that I am building around leadership, really focused on developing your vision for leadership, even if it's just leading yourself. Um, Impacting your mindset, ensuring that your mindset is not a barrier to your success, and then kind of understanding yourself. I'm all about ensuring that people understand. We need to understand ourselves in order to be successful. We need to know what not just our strengths and weaknesses are, but where our focus needs to be, and how we draw that out of ourselves, and how our personality is impacting our ability to do the things that we know that we need to do. So, also really helping with accountability and execution of goals and the things that we know that we need to do as well. So, the community is there to support you. It is a free community to join. So I hope that people will be willing to join me in the community. Um, Let me just see if I can drop it here in the chat. I should have done that ahead of time. Um, so here is the community that you may join if you are interested. Like I said, it's free. It is outside of Facebook, so it will ask you to sign up and uh, download an app. If you want to have it on your phone, you can use it just on your computer if you wish to. But I really like having it on my phone. I really like having the separate app, which is why I chose to go that way rather than creating yet another Facebook group, because it is a way that we can communicate on what we want to communicate about, and we get to see exactly what we want to see and not what we don't. So, as we know, Facebook really controls what we see with groups. I have groups that I'm part of, and I never see content from them. I never see events getting posted from them. And that's really bothersome to me. So that's why I went this way with the separate community. So hopefully that won't be a deterrent for people to join the community, and set up the notifications for however you want to receive them. So enough about that. So what I was going to talk about today is kind of our mindset, and how we see the world around us and how we judge things. So this became kind of evident to me a long time ago, when I was working for the state and going through, leadership training. They taught us about what they called multiple interpretations. And that was something that I really grabbed onto and, began using throughout my life. So, something happens, you have that external stimulus, something happens to you, somebody cuts you off, somebody says something on Facebook, someone doesn't respond to your text message, whatever it is. Um, Thinking about that external stimulus that happened and the situation that happened, and then deriving multiple interpretations about what actually is going on. So, a lot of us want to jump to conclusions and judgments and assume things. So we assume that, that person, that terrible person driving was, they cut us off intentionally. And they did that on purpose because they hate us, they hate our hair, they hate our car, whatever. Or they're just a-holes, whatever it is. We assume that that's the reason, or we assume we texted a friend, a boyfriend, whatever, and they don't text us back, so we assume, well, I must have done something wrong. There must be something wrong with me. Why aren't they texting? They don't like me anymore. um, or you don't get, the feedback that you want from your boss. So you begin to assume things about yourself, and it just creates this, rolling negative talk, around yourself and your situation. So what we really want to apply in leadership and into situations all around us is, let's reflect on multiple interpretations. So maybe that person didn't try to cut us off on purpose. Maybe that person didn't see us. Maybe they were stressed. Maybe, something fell and they got distracted for a minute. Hopefully they weren't on their cell phone, but, granted, we have all probably been guilty of being on our cell phone and, maybe accidentally driving off of the road a little bit, or cutting somebody off, driving down the highway. So, we have all been guilty of making a mistake, which is what that is. So maybe the person just made a mistake. I've done it many times that I've went to change lanes and I don't see the person, and they're back there honking at me and honking their horn, which is not helpful. That's not helpful at all. Um, so, uh, in order to make your life better, let's think about all of the things that could be going on and maybe not resort always to the negative, because that maybe isn't the real answer or the real reason or really what happened. Your boyfriend may not have texted you back because maybe he didn't get the text. Maybe something went wrong and the text didn't go through. That happens. Maybe he was busy and saw the text and then didn't respond because he got distracted with something at work, and then forgot to come back and text you back. And I am also guilty of that. I've done that many times. And I think, oh my gosh, this person's going to think that I'm ignoring them because they can see that I read their text and then I didn't respond. They're probably thinking, well, what a bee. So there are many reasons why things occur. And so we don't want to be quick to judge people. And I find myself having a hard time with that sometimes. For instance, where I see, here's an example of mine, because um, I'm very passionate about rescue and saving dogs. And, when I see people breeding dogs, it upsets me. And so I immediately want to, judge them and throw stones at them and, say stuff to them like, you stupid idiot. Why are you breeding dogs? There are all these rescues out there. But I have to stop. Um, because I don't really know their situation. I don't know what's going on. I don't really know anything about that person usually. And so maybe they are a very reputable breeder, which I don't necessarily agree with breeding any longer, anyways, because we are breeding anyways. I won't go into my opinion about that. I'll just stop there. Anyways, um, we I don't want to be judging people and judging who people are from a Facebook post. So I have to work on myself and stop myself from doing that. And that's what everybody needs to work on. We need to stop and reflect. Um, and it's okay to have conversations, and it's okay to disagree with people out there on Facebook. It's totally okay. But let's just be respectful when we're doing it. Um, because we would want people to be respectful to us as well, and we expect that. So do unto others as we'd have done to ourselves. It's an old adage that still should be in place, and I think that we often forget how to treat people. And we also want to impose our own values on others, and we really can't do that. So um you know some other things, I just saw a post from a person that was talking about going into UPS, and they were saying, "Oh my gosh, everyone at UPS was that was working was over the age of 60, and you know, there's something wrong with our youth today." And I'm like, I don't understand what the connection is. It sounds like you might be drawing a conclusion, um, about youth these days based on one interaction in a UPS store. And so I don't know. But that's one of those things that people are always, well, these kids these days, and people don't want to work. And I don't really think that that's truly the case. I think there's a lot of things going on in our world that are different than when I grew up. Um, and our kids are very different today, good and bad. Kids are just different, and we need to look at them different, and we need to learn to understand them and who they are and respect who they are, and that they're not like us. So there are some studies out there about um, age differences really being kind of its own diversity challenge. And it really is true. I can't remember who the person is that I saw that had done the research. And I will try to find that and put that out there because it was really interesting. He did write a book, and something like age being the new diversity or something like that. And he talks a lot about how the different generations, from the baby boomers to the generation X to the millennials to the generation Z, and how they're different, how we are all different. And there are some basic, um, I guess I call them personalities of the culture, that really does match up with how people are and how people think and interact with the world around them, uh, and based on whether they're a baby boomer or a generation X or millennial or Z. So it's very valuable information. And I think that we all should stop and think and wonder and reflect on maybe that age difference is at play here. And maybe rather than judgment, we should ask questions. Um, so, things are just not always what they seem. Um, whatever the situation, it's probably not what we feel. Our initial reaction to a situation is probably incorrect. So we need to learn to stop ourselves and use reflection and think about what's going on and maybe identify some multiple interpretation. And let me tell you, this takes practice. It takes a lot of practice to be able to do that. And you'll be able to do it in some situations, maybe pretty easily. And then other situations, not so much. It's much harder to kind of change the way you think about maybe interactions with a family member versus somebody at work versus somebody you don't know. So it does take practice. And it does take, I've worked on this for many years. Um, and you know, sometimes I probably annoy people around me because, they will launch some spew some negative something or some judgment or thought, and I'll be like, that may be a judgment. Maybe don't judge. Maybe this was in play. Maybe that or was at play, or maybe this or that. And so I think sometimes I annoy them. But if you don't live with me, I think that can be very helpful to have someone help you stop and reflect on things and challenges that have occurred in your life and work and business and family and whatever. And that is what I am, really here for, is to help you move from where you're at to where you want to be, with whatever goals, um, outcomes that you really want to achieve, in your life. And so I am going to be setting up some group coaching. So I wanted to talk just a minute about what the group coaching will be, and what you can expect from a group coaching sessions with me. So the intent of the group coaching is, to have it be inclusive of 10 to 15 participants. Um, we will do 2 times a week. So, in the beginning of the week, we will go through a lesson, a guided lesson that is, focused on things that really the group needs. So, folks who sign up for the group coaching will get some questions from me so I can really get a good understanding of what it is that you're wanting from a group coaching, whether it's, you want to be able to be more accountable for your goals, or whether you want to understand yourself better, or you want to learn to reflect better. Or you just want in general to be a better leader at work, and you feel that this would be helpful to help you achieve that. So it really is about growth, and whatever your growth is, what the focus is. And I'm sure you think, well, how can I grow in a group of people, because their needs are going to be very different from mine? And so I will say, don't worry about that. We will bring topics relevant to everyone, and ensure that everybody's needs are met within the group. There will be a lot of overlap, I assume, from with people and what their needs are. Um, you know, things pop up. When you ask people what they need, it's generally falls into several buckets. I need accountability, I need focus, I need to know what I'm doing, I need a backdrop to like uh, bounce ideas off of. I need to change my mindset. My mindset's getting in the way of me being successful. Um, or maybe you don't know. Maybe you're like, I just need some help figuring out what the heck's going on because I don't really know. I don't know why, things aren't progressing the way that I expect them to. So, so that's the group topics and guided lessons will be focused on the things that the group really is saying that they need. And then we will go through the guided lesson at the beginning of the week and go practice. So there will be some practice homework throughout the week. Everybody will kind of jot down, here, okay, here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I learned. Here's what I took away. Here's what I can change or what I think I can do, how I can use this with myself, my business, wherever you're wanting to focus. And then go out and try it, try to apply it. So it's really about not just getting the theory per se and a whole bunch of ideas that are like, oh yeah, 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 I could do that. But it's really the application. So let's go out, apply what we learned from the lesson, and then come back together at the end of the week and we will reflect together on what you were able to do, what you learned, and get feedback from each other on how things are going or things that you could have done differently. So um, I am excited about this. I think that it'll be a great offering to help you again move from where you're at and towards where you really want to be. Um, and I think that it will help you do that in a way that is a little more structured and will benefit you in a way that individual coaching won't. So having more people than just me interacting with you will help you catapult forward even more. So that is not to downplay, individual coaching, but and I will offer individual coaching as well to folks who want to do that. But right now I am looking for 10 to 15 people who have an interest in the group coaching concept and who would be willing to come together twice a week for about 3 months. It can continue past the 3 months, but I want to give people, a time limited uh, participation and commitment. So if you want to just do the 3 months and then move on, that's totally fine. But if you want to continue as well, you'll be welcome to continue because this is something that I want to continue on past 3 months, and it can be the same people or new people. It doesn't really matter. So um anyways, so that is being offered now. And one of the things that I'm doing with the group coaching is within the Lead with Abundance community, there is a premium version where you can get in to um, see additional content and, you know, be in depth even more. And that will also get you discounted group coaching and one-on-one coaching. So if you're interested in the group coaching, um, you may want to check out the premium within the community and see if that's something that you're interested in. And for the this year, if you sign up before the end of the year for premium and you commit to premium, within Lead with Abundance, I am going to discount group coaching by half. So you will get a 50% discount on your group coaching costs just by signing up for premium within the community. So premium is right now running at $25 a month. And group coaching can run you anywhere from 400, 450 a month, uh, and that will be cut in half if you sign up for pay the 25 bucks for um, December, and you'll be in and can sign up for group coaching and you'll get it, half off. So, uh, hopefully the premium content will be something that will be valuable to you and you'll want to continue. But if you don't, you will still continue to get the 3 months of group coaching at the um, half price. So I hope that people will be interested in this. I believe that there is a lot of value in the group being able to help you move where you want to be. So if you're struggling, you have mindset issues, you're always thinking, you can't do this, I can't do this. You are feeling stuck and don't know where to go, and you don't think you're making the progress that you felt you should have been making, then check it out. I would encourage you to check it out and maybe give it a shot, especially now that it's going to be discounted. Why not? And um, if that's not exactly what you think that you need, reach out to me. Let's set up a 30-minute session and let's talk about what you do need and see if we can't set a plan up for you. As I'm certainly happy to do that as well. And I look forward to connecting to all of you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. My email is angel@angelhagen.com. You can also reach out through the Facebook Messenger. Um, if you want to use that, that is totally fine with me. Um, I know that's often easier for people. Um, to reach out in that way and connect just via messenger. If you join the community, there is also a chat function, and you can chat with me and with the other people who are participants in the group. So that is another way that you can communicate with me, and it will give me a notification right away, which I do pay attention to those. Um, Probably more like a hawk than I do Messenger because I get a lot of stuff via Messenger. I mean, I get spam, I get people, for Mastiff sending me stuff that I don't want, asking me strange questions. So, um, if you use the chat in the community, Lead with Abundance community, you will get a response pretty quickly. So, and you can also, again, reach out an email. I've dropped my email in the comments. So, thank you for those of you who've popped on. I know I've been talking here to myself for the most part. But hopefully we'll get some traction and if there's anything that you have an interest in as well and would like to see as a topic on these live sessions, reach out and let me know that as well, because I want to make these lives valuable to all of you. So I look forward to seeing you again, and we'll chat again soon. Bye.